Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Mental Health Mondays. Today, I'm going to share with you my three most favorite places to shop for a therapist. I know when I first started this video series, some people commented and said, I really love therapy, and I'm having a hard time, or I have had a hard time in the past shopping for a therapist. And so I wanted to share my three amazing ways to shop for a therapist. So the first one is a simple Google search. So sometimes I will just go google.com and type in, let's say, therapy near me. You see lots of options come up here: free, anxiety, cheap, insurances for depression, TRICARE, all types of insurance near me. And I will maybe type in, let's give that zip code. Let's see what pops up in Mount Vernon, New York. And so then here you scroll down and it gives you a list of different therapy places near you. Now, you will have to search for the specific type of therapy you're looking for, because here pops up Optimal Physical Therapy, or Park Central Sports Medicine, or Burke Outpatient Rehabilitation and Physical Therapy. So I have to get a little bit more specific. But you see, if I scroll down here, I see different links for different places. Counseling Centers of Westchester. I see a bunch of different places. So a Google search is the first place to start. That way you can see what's in your area. Another place I like to go is to my employment, and they have what's called an EAP program. I'll spell it out here for you, an EAP program. And a lot of time with employers, an EAP program is simply, I don't know what the acronym stands for, so don't maybe it's here, Employee Assistance Program. And basically what an Employee Assistance Program is a company that is hired on by your employer to offer you a certain amount of free sessions for therapy. And so they try to match it up. You give them this general information. They do intake over the phone, and you give them this general information, and then they match you with the therapist that's closest to you, give you a couple options. The only downside with that one is that you can't really be really selective in your choice. You really have to go with whatever they give you. I know that in the past I have requested male or female, and I can request gender. You cannot request culture or religion. You can only request sex, male or female, in that way. And so my computer was a bit slow, but here you have, I know this one is for New York. And so it says EAPC is a staffed by licensed clinical social worker. You can read the rest. And they offer services. And again, this service is free. They have a couple of free sessions. You can do online sessions, or telephone sessions, 24 hours a day, 100% free. You can do that. You can also, if you say, for instance, you get 5 sessions with the individual and you really like them, you can see if they are within your insurance network, because a lot of health insurance companies do a certain amount for their members to access and obtain therapy. And so therapy is a specialty visit, and so you would have to pay your copay, of course, but your insurance, some companies, some therapy facilities either bill you for the full amount and give you the receipt and have your insurance reimburse you, and some take insurance and then, you only have to pay a copay. So you want to make sure that you ask that information when you go to therapy. Do they take your insurance? How does it work? Get that information, because that's important with how you pay. And so with the EAP program, you do a couple of free sessions, and if that's a good fit for you, you want to continue, check and see if they're with your insurance, and then you can go from there. So that's one of my favorites as well. My all-time favorite would have to be Psychology Today. And you can see I already have it popped up here because I enjoy shopping at this website. Psychology Today. And so Psychology Today, it's if you are a therapist and you just want to see updated articles, updated research in the field of mental health. You can see that here. All types of things. They have book recommendations, different things on this website, right? But my most favorite thing that I like to do is find a therapist. Find a therapist, and you can go psychiatrist, treatment center, support groups, find it here. And so you can type in the name or the zip code. I'm going to look up, I have a friend who's doing an amazing work in Kansas City, and he's actually going to be joining us at some point on this channel. And so Jerome Hawkins. And so we're going to, you can see here on Jerome Hawkins' page, you get to see what his status is as far as his licensure. You get to see his name, his phone number that you can contact him at. You can email him. You can send this post that you see to a friend. You can visit his website. You can see where he is located, where his office is located. And you can see what his specialties are. He deals with men's issues, child or adolescent issues, and marital and premarital. And you can see what his issues are specifically that he likes to deal with. And so I found this section helpful when I am searching for a therapist. I'm specifically going through, say I'm stressed and dealing with a lot of anxiety. I'm going to want to find a therapist who says their issues that they specialize in has to do with anxiety, because that means that they have seen enough clients to be able to support me where I am. The sexuality that he deals with, it lets you list that here: gay and lesbian, client focus, ethnicity, African American or other racial background, ethnic background. His faith is Christian. His age that he likes to service is preteen, teens. I tell you, this man is gifted with the teens and the preteens. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's his anointing, but he is gifted with this age group. His communities: gay allied, lesbian allied. And then it gives you more information down here, his treatment approaches. So this lists some of the ways that he chooses to focus his therapy. If you are a therapist or a clinician, you probably recognize some of those treatment modalities. If you are not, don't worry about it. It's just ways in which he's learned to treat and process through trauma with his families and clients. It says how many years he's practiced and the alma mater that we went to, his current supervisor, and how much his fee is. This is really important, how much his fee is. And that fee, he has sliding scale. He's out of network, which means that he is going to give you the receipt and you're going to have to take it to your insurance company. He takes this type of information, and this is his identifications credentials. And so that is how you would locate that. The website takes you right to his office website where he offers services in Kansas City, Missouri. We'll let that load up while. So this is where he is at. And it takes you right to his therapy center, right? So another feature that I really like on this is that when you are looking for a therapist, you can type in the information you're looking for. So say we use that same zip code for Mount Vernon, New York. It gives you a list of every person who practices in your area, right? Every person who practices in your area, and they're from all different types of backgrounds. So they can be marriage and family therapists, mental health counselors, all of these different things. It gives you a complete list of everyone who is in your area if they have signed up for this website. It is a fee to sign up. If you are a clinician, it is a fee to sign up. And I believe it's a reoccurring monthly fee. But if someone is looking and if they're educated enough to be able to have this resource and know about this resource, then praise God. You have business, you have clients because people are searching for you. And so here on the side, my favorite part is where you can pick the options that best fit you. So say, for instance, I only want to see men who service. I only want to see men, okay? Even further, I only want to see men who are Christian. Even further. Okay. Well, I only want to see men who take my insurance. Let's go Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now that it gets even slimmer. Men who deal with depression. Men who deal with lesbian, my sexuality, or our sexuality, or the sexuality, whatever sexuality you may be. The age, and so on and so forth. And you can pick them. And basically what happens is it pulls from the pool that they have, and the numbers start to get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And so if I am looking for a therapist who is dealing with issues that I come in with, and the things that I care about, and the things that I want to know about, I've done this search sometimes when I've moved to a new place. And literally after I got done picking out all the things I wanted to pick out, and all the ideas that I had about who I wanted to be treating me, it literally showed me a list of like 3 people. And basically what you do when you find that person is, maybe you want to go into, maybe Vincent Dinelli sounds good, right? We go into Vincent Dinelli, and the same thing we did with Jerome's. You see the same page that comes up. It gives you an idea of, he offers online counseling, so Skyping, and he deals with Latino and Hispanic, African American. And so what you can do is email him, send it to a friend. He has his number and his location there as well. And so I hope that you found this helpful. I hope that when you are searching for a therapist, you get what you want. We have to know that it might not always come in the package that we want to, but we have to be discerning and ask God when we are walking with someone and allowing someone to walk and share our space with us. If it's not a good fit, please speak up, and don't be afraid to do that. I've had to do that and cut a session off in the middle of the session or at the end of the session and say, hey, I don't really think this is going to work between you and I. And so that's okay to do, because at the end of the day, it is your mental health, and it's your right to speak up for your health. Okay. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this Mental Health Monday tip, and I hope to see you guys again next week. Have a great week.